case adalah Enron case adalah the biggest case yang melibatkan auditors, okay. Kalau you tengok kat Malaysia pun kita ada Server Dynamic case, okay. Server Dynamic melibatkan KPMG and Server Dynamic. Server Dynamic adalah GLC company, okay. And then due to that Server Dynamic change the auditor and appoint apa ya? EY, okay. Ernst and Young, okay, to re-audit dia punya account. And then sekarang Server Dynamic juga try to take action against EY, okay. Due to, you all baca tak kes dia? Ya, ada baca tak kes Server Dynamic? Semalam I post dekat section 16, I nampak company dia punya office. Dia punya office satu baris dengan TNB dekat section, is it section 14 gitulah. Dekat-dekat belakang, dekat-dekat dengan bangunan UMNO yang lama. Ataupun sekarang ni masih lagi bangunan UMNO dekat Shah Alam tu kan. Okay. Sebab macam EY provide information to the regulator kepada SC, and then on the basis kenapa ya dia nak sue EY ya? Terlebih bagi information ke tersalah bagi information dekat Busam, dekat SC, something like that lah. Okay, and then now they want to take action against EY lah. Sebab dalam KPMG hari tu pun KPMG kena bayar dia dalam 230 million. Kes ni baru berlaku ya, berlaku this year baru. Okay, okay, so now kita tengok some of the corporate scandal. Okay, so one of the popular case adalah Enron, okay, and then another one adalah World.com. World.com berlaku in US lah, Enron berlaku in UK, okay. So when we say corporate scandal normally involve window dressing lah, window dressing, or sometimes we call it as the creative accounting. Nama creative accounting tu is not a good name ya. Dia nampak cantik, dia punya kreatif kan. Sebenarnya dia adalah part of the fraudulent financial reporting, okay. So the example yang melibatkan fraudulent financial reporting, for the example like misuse of fund, misdirecting of fund, overstating revenue. That's how they manipulate the financial information, okay. By overstating revenue, they will show higher profit. Ada juga some company, they try to understate the revenue because they want to show less profit, so that they just provide low dividend to the shareholder and they be able to reduce the tax, okay. They try to avoid tax, especially next year. Kalau next year, kalau you all dengar tak report, budget last month. Dengar tak budget last month? National budget?
Dengar.
So how do they charge the tax? Macam mana government charge tax kepada company, corporate tax? Sebab dia terus jump from 24% to 33%, okay. Sebab sekarang kita punya corporate tax dia cap kepada 24%. Okay, 24% tax for the profit below 100 million. Okay, so kalau company tu the profit is more than 100 million, okay, more than 100 million, dia punya tax terus increase kepada 33%, okay. So ada possibility for the current year, some of the company they try to show low profit figures, okay, because they try to avoid paying tax to government. Sebab it's a big jump ya, daripada 24% dia terus jump kepada 33%. Dia punya guideline adalah profit before tax 100 million below and 100 million above. Kalau once you punya profit above 100 million, so the remaining after yang above 100 million, so dia punya tax adalah 33%, okay. So another corporate scandal melibatkan understating the expenses. Okay, by understate the expenses, they will overstate dia punya profit, okay. Overstating the value of asset, revalue. When they revalue the asset, they overvalue the asset. Kenapa dia overvalue the asset? Because they want to show high value of the company, for the purpose, for the example, katalah they want to sell the company or they want to merge the company. Under reporting the existing liability, they have the liability but they do not recognize it, okay, in the financial statement, okay. So this one adalah part of the creative accounting. Creative accounting can be considered as fraud or sometimes we call it as window dressing, okay. Okay, here adalah melibatkan cost Enron case. You boleh bacalah Enron case ya. So Enron case melibatkan about 73 billion USD, okay. So that one is Enron case. Okay, you baca Enron case ya. So world.com adalah berlaku in US, okay. Apa yang berlaku dekat world.com adalah the expenses adalah actually it is revenue expenditure but the company the client record it as capital expenditure, okay. For example, this one adalah line cost. Dia punya world.com adalah telecommunication company again. So the line cost, by capitalize this cost on the balance sheet rather than expenses. Actually line cost should be revenue expenditure. It should be charged kepada P&L, dalam dia punya P&L. So bila dia charge kepada P&L, actually it will reduce the profit. So apa yang company buat adalah instead of charge to P&L, the company capitalize it. So bila capitalize it, they will show as part of their asset. So the company just provide ataupun dia akan provide depreciations on the line cost, okay. So by doing that is increase dia punya profit figures, okay. So what are the impact of the corporate scandal? The impact of the corporate scandal adalah loss of investor, public confidence on BOD. So public lost the confidence towards board of the directors. It's not only board of the directors, but to the auditor as well as to the regulator. It will drop the share price of the market, okay. So kalau share price drop, so the final ataupun the person yang suffer adalah shareholder as well as investor, okay. So management worldwide take a closer look at the policy and procedures to control and mitigate, okay. So basically apa yang outsiders buat, investor as well as shareholders do adalah they more focus on the company's policy and procedures, okay. And the company the regulator suggest the company to have the risk management department, okay. The risk management department is very important, okay. Basically dia akan determine ataupun dia akan look at the external factors that may affect the company, and then they have to come up with the mitigating plan how to reduce the risk, okay. Okay, sekejap. This one is Enron case. Okay. So how can fraud occur and the factors? Actually, this one depending on scholar. Okay, so there are so many scholar yang study about fraud lah. Okay, so they come out with the two theory. One of the theory they call it as triangle theory. Nanti awak kena baca lah a little bit ya, triangle theory. So, kadang-kadang bila dia tanya soalan, dia guna perkataan triangle or sometimes dia guna perkataan fraud diamond. Okay, this one dia come out dengan fraud diamond model. Kenapa dia panggil fraud diamond? Sebab shape dia macam diamond. This one dipanggil as triangle theory, okay. These two theory relating to fraud lah. They study kenapa fraud ni berlaku, okay. And the triangle theory, they come out, there are three factors that contribute kepada fraud. That one adalah incentive. Fraud tu berlaku dia tidak incentive, opportunity, and due to the attitude. Sebenarnya triangle theory and fraud diamond theory dia more or less the same je. So another study or another scholar came out dengan fraud diamond. So they come out dengan 4 factors that contribute kepada fraud. They are sama jugalah, dia adalah incentive, opportunity, attitude, and then another one they come out dengan another item they call it as capacity, okay. You punya capacity or ability to to create the fraud. Ataupun you punya capacity or ability to contribute kepada fraud. Okay. So basically there are two types of fraud. So kita ada fraudulent financial reporting. Okay, another one adalah fraudulent financial reporting, meaning that we manipulate the financial statement ataupun we manipulate the data in the financial statement. Another one adalah misappropriation of asset. Misappropriation of asset meaning that we misuse the asset. For example, macam mana you misuse the asset, you purchase items, 10 item, 5 items for the company and 5 items for yourself. Ataupun you send to your subsidiary company or to other company which belongs kepada you. Okay, that one we call it as the misappropriation of asset. Ataupun you salah guna wang syarikat. Okay, you salah guna wang syarikat. For the example, you use the money from your company to invest in another company ataupun invest in your another company which belongs to you or to your family members. Okay, okay. So basically apa yang you kena tahu kat sini, bila kita cakap pasal fraud, there are two types of fraud. Satu adalah fraudulent financial reporting and another one adalah we misappropriate the asset. Okay, kenapa these two berlaku? These two berlaku is due to the incentive, due to the opportunity and due to the attitude. This one we will talk about triangle theory. Okay, kita cover dalam kelas adalah triangle theory. Okay, tetapi walaupun I cover dalam kelas triangle theory, sometimes dalam soalan exam dia ada tanya juga pasal fraud diamond theory. Dia more or less the same. Cuma dalam fraud diamond theory dia ada capacity. Dalam triangle theory pun dia ada capacity. Tetapi capacity dia combine dengan attitude. That's why they put it here, attitude and rationalization. Faham ya kelasnya these two theory? What's the difference between these two theory? Boleh faham ke kelas?
Capacity ni dia different dia.
No, attitude. Ya betul capacity. Dalam fraud diamond dia put another one capacity. Tetapi dalam triangle theory, attitude dia come dengan attitude and capacity. Capacity adalah part of the attitude. Dia tak split lah antara attitude and capacity. But for dalam notes ni, kita guna triangle theory. Tapi I just nak inform you all sebab banyak juga soalan. Okay, bila dia tanya soalan, dia just mention explain fraud diamond theory. Okay. Tapi you kena tahulah beza dia, apa yang beza dia ya. Nanti I'll give you material on fraud diamond theory later on. Okay. Sampai sini boleh faham kelas ya? Sebenarnya senang saja. Benda ni dia cakap pasal incentive, opportunity, attitude. What are the example under incentive, opportunity and attitude? Soalan dia normally direct questions. Okay, dan kelas sampai sini boleh faham?
Boleh, madam.
Okay, boleh ya. Now we look at the first one. The first one is fraudulent financial reporting. After kita tengok fraudulent financial reporting, kita akan tengok misappropriation of asset, another type of fraud. Okay. So here, sorry I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I tak tahu kenapa. I tertidur tadi. Bila I jaga-jaga dekat pukul 2 tu macam tak fokus sikit nak ngajar pun. Okay. Now we look at fraudulent financial reporting. Okay. Fraudulent financial reporting there are 3 factors contribute to fraudulent financial reporting. The first one is incentive. The second one is opportunity. And the third one is attitude or rationalization. Okay. So now we look at the first one. Okay, incentive. Baca dulu kelas. The example of incentive. Incentive ataupun pressure. Kenapa berlaku fraud? Why you nak manipulate the data in your financial statement? Okay. Sometimes it's due to the pressure. Incentive ataupun pressure. Okay. Sometimes it's due to the pressure exists on the management to meet financial target or financial stability of the company. Okay. Especially if the company is in the situation where is involved high degree of competition. Kalau terlalu banyak competition, your profit margin below compared to industry, rapid changes in technology, product obsolescence, okay, declining in customer demand, okay, negative cash flow and so on, okay. And then bila you ada pressure, we try to manipulate some of the data in our financial statement, okay. Another example adalah personal financial obligation or financial interest in the company. This one adalah management attitude, ya. Normally management may create pressure on management or employees to commit fraud, such as share, stock option, bonus and so forth, okay. So sometimes maybe kita bagi bonus kepada top management and lower level management depending on sales, okay. So they try to increase sales revenue. Kadang-kadang sales tu berlaku untuk following year, but we record it as if the sales for the current year, because we know that the more our sales revenue, we should be able to get more bonus. That's why they try to manipulate the data in the financial statement, okay. Or maybe they sell the product kepada downline, kepada subsidiary company, okay, because they know that the higher the sales figures, they will get more bonus, okay. Next one adalah excessive pressure on management to meet the requirement or expected of the third party, okay. Sometimes ada pressure daripada investment analysis, from the investor, from the banker and so on. Okay, for the example, like say the bankers want to show the profit growth in your company to give further credit, so you try to manipulate the data in your financial statement. That one we call it as fraudulent financial reporting. Okay, the first factor is due to pressure. The second one adalah due to the opportunity. You baca dulu due to the opportunity, class. Okay, sometimes it depends on the nature of industry and business, okay. Nature of industry and business provide opportunity for the company to engage in fraudulent financial reporting, such as kalau ada complex transaction, the transaction involve foreign currency, the transactions involve between more than two companies, okay. So very complex, and it's kalau transaction tu too complex, it's very difficult for the auditor to detect the transaction. So you rasa ada opportunity for you to manipulate the data, okay. Related party transaction, especially kalau holding company and subsidiary company, they appoint different auditor, okay. So later on kita akan tengok untuk tajuk group company, ya. Okay, you audit holding company and another auditors audit subsidiary company. So under the situation pun kalau ada intercompany transaction, it's very difficult for us to detect kalau dia manipulate the data in that transaction. Kadang-kadang they have all the documents. Kadang-kadang kalau intercompany transaction yang paling senang diubah adalah they have all the documents, tetapi transaction tu tak berlaku pun. Tetapi when we check the record, when we check the documents, they have sufficient documents. Okay. Business conducted across international. Okay, kalau business tu macam very international, macam involve many countries. So under the situation, they have the opportunity to manipulate the data in the financial statement. Okay. The second one, kenapa ada opportunity adalah is due to the ineffective monitoring of management, poor internal control system. Ataupun they have the internal control system, but the management override the internal control system. Okay. Ataupun the company dominant by management or by a single person. Macam a group of person yang what do we call, ya? Yang dominant the company. For example, katakanlah bahawa dia punya director, dia, anak dia, menantu dia, anak dia nombor 1, anak dia nombor 2, wife dia, okay. So a group of them dominant the company. So under the situation, they have the opportunity to manipulate the financial reporting, okay. And the third one adalah due to the poor internal control system. Internal control system, high turnover rate, Do you know what the meaning of high turnover rate, class? Untuk labor turnover? Especially those yang kerja in accounts and finance department, okay? Sebab sometimes ada juga company, pernah I pernah involved dengan audit company, especially untuk private company. Some of the private company, sometimes kita pun tak tahu apa dia punya the hidden agenda, ya. So what they do adalah, dia pun tak nak tahu, accountant tahu everything. So what they do adalah, they keep change the accountant every 3 to 5 years. Okay, macam mana dia nak change accountant, they put pressure dekat accountant, so accountant might resign. So dia akan appoint another accountant. Sebab dia tak nak accountant tahu everything about the company. Okay, so kalau accountant pun tak tahu everything about the company, you sebagai auditor, you audit the company, so you might have difficulty to get detail ataupun to get the information from the accountant. Especially it's very dangerous, especially kalau you kerja audit, and then bila you audit and then you notice the company, the turnover rate in accounts and finance department is very high. Keep changing dia punya staff dekat finance and accounts and finance department, okay? So you know that there is something wrong with the company. Tetapi kita tak tahu apa, okay? Sebab bila kita nak check pun, it's very difficult for us to detect kalau ada misstatement, okay? Okay, next one adalah the fraudulent financial reporting. The factors contribute kepada fraudulent financial reporting adalah due to the attitude ataupun rationalization, okay? The example of attitude and rationalization, you boleh baca dulu ya kelas? Okay. Excessive interest by management, okay? So management terlalu obsessed, okay? Obsessed, try to show high price in the stock market. Kadang-kadang dia ada competing antara dia dengan kawan-kawan dia yang lain. So they want to show more, okay? Kenapa dia nak show more? Because dia ego lah. Kadang-kadang sometimes it's due to that lah, right? So they want to show high share price in the market, okay? So bila dia tak boleh nak achieve dia punya target, so they try to manipulate the data in the financial statement, okay? Sometimes it's due to the promise by management. So management promise, okay? Dia promise kepada dia punya system analyst, kepada creditors and kepada investor, okay, certain figures, okay? Ataupun maybe they promise they want to give higher return, high dividend, show higher profit, higher growth, earning per share, okay? So bila dia tak dapat capai that one, they try to manipulate the data, okay? Sometimes it's due to the internal control system. Sometimes they have the internal control system, but they override the system. Ataupun dia tahu some of dia punya internal control system not be able to detect some of the item. So they manipulate the system. You faham tak maksud saya? Macam you ada internal control system kan? And they aware the internal control system sometimes tak boleh nak manipulate, tak boleh nak detect some of the items. So you manipulate that part. Okay? Faham ya kelas ya?
Faham, madam.
Boleh ke? Okay. Macam kita lah kan. Kadang-kadang kita rasa mesti orang tu tak tahu kot kalau kita tiru kot. So you macam you pun meniru masa exam. Macam itulah lebih kurang. Okay. Because you know ada weaknesses dalam sistem. Okay. Sama lah juga. The management tahu ada weaknesses dalam internal control system. So they manipulate that item for their benefit. Okay. Next one adalah due to the low moral, especially untuk top management. Low moral, tak ada integrity. Lack of integrity, lack of value on managerial level. Okay. And sometimes it's due to the no separate legal entity between owner and business. Everything they charge kepada company. Beli handbag, charge kat company. Pergi holiday, charge kat company. Pergi mana-mana, charge kat company. Beli kereta, charge kat company. And then kalau company dapat apa-apa ni, so everything they charge kepada company. Especially bila dia berlaku top management lah ya. Top management yang akan buat benda-benda macam ni. Especially untuk private company. Okay. So next one adalah non-financial management, excessive participation. Sometimes those yang tak involved dengan accounts and finance, they try to participate in account and finance. try to influence the accountant or cost accountant or management accountant, okay, to manipulate some of the data. Okay, this one is quite common lah. Okay, I think that's the reasons why kita kalau you kerja esok kan, you punya pressure adalah you tahu benda ni salah tapi you kena buat juga. Sebab you pun dapat pressure daripada other parties, daripada top management, okay. But you have to be very careful ya. Sometimes benda-benda ni berlaku, actually at the end of the day kita akan jadi, we will be the victim, okay, because they give us the instruction without black and white. Tak ada black and white pun kan. So we follow top management instruction. If anything happen, we are the one yang akan di blame, okay. So that's why kalau you nampak some of the accountant hilang kerja, tak ada kerja, kena ambil action and so on, okay. Especially kalau you involve in GLC dan melibatkan some politician. So kes ni dah banyak kita dah tengok kan. Kalau you kerja esok pun you akan jumpa benda yang sama, okay. For example, katakanlah bahawa you beli barang, okay, you kata barang tu macam mahal, okay. Actually dia bukan macam ni, dia macam, okay, I just take, katalah simple example Katakanlah bahawa di sini adalah satu GLC and this GLC dia nak beli, dia want to purchase, let's say building, okay. So dia nak beli building, so katakanlah bahawa the market value of the building adalah 2 million. So apa yang GLC ni buat adalah dia buka another company which belongs kepada one of the directors. Okay, so this company purchase dengan 2 million, kemudian dia akan jual kepada your company dengan 5 million. So dia akan dapat profit 3 juta macam tu je. You nampak tak macam mana dia boleh buat? So you are the one yang approve the transaction, walaupun dapat BOD punya approval kan. Tapi you are the one, because kadang-kadang we are not in the position yang membolehkan kita report kepada regulator, okay. So at the end of the day, if anything happen, accountant yang kena, okay. Itu adalah benda yang quite common in real life, okay. Faham ni kelas? Faham ke example yang bagi ni?
Faham ada.
Faham. Okay. So benda-benda ni berlaku sebab I pun dah nampak some of my friends dah kena all this benda-benda ni ya. Dia bukan melibatkan 2 million tetapi dia melibatkan beratus-ratus million, okay. So at the end of the day, apa yang berlaku adalah the accountant yang be the victim, okay. So accountant ni jadi macam, orang kata macam kambing hitam kan, jadi black sheep, okay. Apa-apa blame the accountant. So you kerja esok pun mesti banyak doa, okay, supaya you tak kena dan you tak jumpa benda-benda macam ni. That's why apa-apa pun you need to protect yourself, okay. Especially kalau you jadi accountant, itu adalah one of the benda yang you might face it, okay. So kena banyak doa, kena yalah, you kena jaga, take care of yourself lah ya, especially kalau you kerja dengan big company, dengan especially kalau GLC lah especially ya. Kalau GLC ni sebab dia banyak political influence, that's the problem, sebab dia belongs kepada government, okay. Okay, next one adalah misappropriation of asset. Sama juga, kenapa berlakunya fraud due to the misappropriation of asset is due to the incentive, due to the opportunity and due to the attitude. This one I pergi laju pun tak apa ke, sebab you boleh baca sendiri later on kan, sebab dia very direct, okay. Okay, misappropriation of asset due to the pressure ataupun due to the incentive adalah, for example, like personal financial obligation of employees or management with access to cash. Especially kalau you punya business banyak melibatkan cash. Ataupun you punya business banyak melibatkan stock which is very small in size but high in value. Okay, sebab kalau for the example like jewellery, gold kan, dia small in size but high in value and easy for you to sell outside dekat open market. Okay, so kalau ada benda-benda macam tu, so ada incentive or ada pressure untuk you misappropriate of asset. Okay, ataupun the transaction banyak melibatkan cash. Kalau you tengok sekarang ni banyak orang suka buat transaction melalui menggunakan cash. Okay, so sometimes kita pun tak tahu duit tu dia orang dapat daripada mana. That's why you tengok dekat social media, Datuk Seri Vida, Alif Syukri, siapa lagi, all the influencer tu kan, everything dia bayar menggunakan cash. Kenapa dia bayar menggunakan cash? Because bila dia buat business, they do not record it. Okay, dia tak record, dia buat guna cash. So bila dia beli aset pun dia akan guna cash, dia tak melalui bank. So kalau dia melalui bank, lembaga hasil dalam negeri can detect dia punya transaction. Okay, so partially dia recognize ataupun partially digunakan cash and partially digunakan dia guna proper account lah. Okay, yang dia tak guna proper account tu, yang cash tu basically normally dia boleh avoid bayar tax on that transaction. Okay, kalau you tengok cerita scammer kan, I tak tahu lah, I tengok macam last semester I tengok cerita scammer, cerita scammer tu dah cerita scammer ni drama Melayu, okay. Dia tunjuk macam mana dia buat business, macam mana dia buat money laundering, okay. Daripada very small business kepada big business, okay. Kalau you perhatikan those yang buat yayasan adalah salah satu cara yang senang untuk orang, okay, scam the money ataupun cuci duit, okay, buat money laundering, okay. And then kadang-kadang dia guna anak-anak yatim, dia guna ibu tunggal, dia guna all those charity body kan. Dia just bagi contribution tetapi dia dapat duit yang lagi banyak. Okay. That's why kalau you perhatikan macam case Abid Liu hari tu kan, that's why some of the some of the higher authority come out with the suggestion supaya all these yayasan ni, okay, yayasan ni kita panggil apa dalam in English ya? Foundation, all this foundation must appoint the external auditor. So the only yayasan ni dia tak ada external auditor ya. Dia punya account not to be audited. Okay, dia audit tetapi tak issue audit report. Okay, jadi kalau audit tak issue audit report, macam kita auditor tu tak adalah independent sangat kan. So they come out with a suggestion supaya they need to appoint proper auditor to audit the financial statement. Okay, okay, sometimes adalah due to the adverse relationship antara employer and employees. Okay, kadang-kadang this one pun you biasa tengoklah kalau you tengok drama-drama kan, sebenarnya memang wujud dalam real life lah. For example, katakanlah bahawa company tu baru nak start business, very struggle nak survive, okay, and then the staff very committed, contribute everything to the company. Once the company success, okay, the top management ataupun dia punya manager, the owner use the money for dia punya own benefit saja, okay. Tukar kereta, beli rumah, beli luxury item, okay, beli semua barang mewah untuk dia, post dekat social media. And then bila dia jumpa staff, dia kata, oh, we do not making so much profit, so you all tak dapat banyak increment, you all tak dapat banyak bonus. So kalau you pun you sakit you marah kan? Betul tak? Kalau you jadi staff you marah kan? Betul kan? So you akan rasa it is your contribution kepada company punya success, okay? So due to this adverse relationship, so the employees, dia rasa dia punya portion yang belongs to him tak diberi, okay? So dia pun try lah jual information company, okay, curi asset company, curi stock company and so on, and to get what dia rasa belongs to him, okay? Next one adalah misappropriation of asset due to the opportunity. Okay, due to the opportunity, for the example like, you baca dulu ya kelas, sementara saya padamkan this one. Okay, opportunity adalah due to the satu characteristic of the asset. Okay, characteristic of the asset macam I mention tadi lah. Okay, some of the asset adalah small in size. You masuk dalam pocket je. Tetapi high in value. Macam gold, diamond, okay. Jam-jam tangan. Kalau orang tu curi jam tangan yang 20,000 pun, macam Rolex kan. So they can sell it easily dekat open market, okay. Sometimes it's due to the opportunity is due to the inadequate internal control system. Tak ada proper checking there is no proper segregation of duty, no monitoring, no supervising, and so on. Okay. For the example like travelling, macam bila claim, especially claim lah ya, claim ni banyak sangat expenses. Kalau some company dia punya claim tu terlalu banyak. Tetapi kalau you perasan, kalau you kerja esok, claim tu terlalu banyak daripada top management lah. Okay. So I pernah buat audit, kadang-kadang dia boleh handback pun dia claim kepada company. Dia boleh handback claim company. Pergi bercuti, family claim company. Post dekat Instagram, pergi makan-makan dekat Japanese restaurant beribu-ribu dengan family members, claim dekat company. Itu tak masuk dos yang pergi club-club lagi kan. Yang clubbing semua-semua tu. Okay, for the reasons entertain client, so claim dekat company. Okay, so this one kalau tak ada proper monitoring, it's very difficult lah. Okay, ataupun walaupun ada proper monitoring tetapi been approved by top management, kita sebagai accountant we have no say, we still need to pay. Okay, kita still kena bayar kepada staff whatever yang dia claim lah, travelling claim and so on. Okay, opportunity sometimes due to the inadequate record keeping. Okay, for the example like kita tak ada proper bin card, tak ada stock card, okay, tak buat perpetual inventory system. Pernah dengar tak perkataan perpetual inventory system, kelas? This one adalah ilmu, pernah dengar kan? Perpetual inventory, because kalau dalam bila kita nak maintain kita punya stock, kita kena ada bin card. Satu bin card. Bin card just show in